your 6'9"s?
Oh man, Doc Dome. Yeah, Doc Dome, Eugene, Papa, Big Papa, uh, Vamp. Who else you had? Jew Rock.
What about Bam and Burley Swan?
Ronnie Bam's from 6'8".
Okay.
That's Big Al and Big
Big
Al and Ronnie
Al,
Bam
rest
was
in
cousins.
peace.
Yeah, they was cousins. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about Burley's?
Bertie Swan. Bertie Swan, man. That's my nigga if he don't get no bigger, man. we don't.
We just want to know if he was one of the founding members. That's all.
Burtis was part of. Burtis he was around, man. He was. I can't say he was a founding member, but you know, all his brothers from Hoover.
Were there a lot of old Eastside Crips that joined East Coast after the fact? What happened to all those old Eastside Crips?
Most of them was coasters. Yeah, most like in all those neighborhoods that joined the coast, they had older homies that was Eastside Crips. You know, and they embraced it. You know, I mean, from 7-6, Cat Seeds. I can't forget my dude, Cat Seeds. You know,
I'm trying to figure out if the original Eastside Crips started East Coast or did they join East Coast after y'all started it?
after we started,
Right.
yeah, they embraced it. They what can they do? We was rolling and we rolled on, man. You know, we rolled for a mile. You know, to the point they like, you know, we got cats in Riverside, you know, 1200 block East Coast. You know what I mean? So
What you know about Castle Crips?
Castle Crips, that was one of the old originals back in the day, man. Back in the day, I was a kid when they was out. You know,
What happened to them?
man, I can't really say. I can't really say, man. You know.
You know, some people tell us they turned swan.
That area that they used to run through that became Swan. So you know, it's a possibility. You know, you had a lot of groups, man. Like I said, that was because really wasn't no Bloods and Crips at one point. You know what I mean? And you had little small pockets of cats that was trying to come out, and you had Crips that was roaming around and would meet up with these cats. Oh, you know, and beat them down, and them cats end up turning Blood. You know, that's how the Swans came about. They was trying to be Crips at one time, and they got beat up. In their little area, they got, you know, and then they became Bloods. They family Swans and all that. You know what I'm saying? You know, El Flo and all them cats. You know, we went to Fremont with some of them dudes. You know.
What year was you at Fremont? What year?
I was at Fremont. I got to Fremont in 75, 76. I would have graduated in 78, but I was locked up.
Who dominated Fremont when you were there?
Oh man, you know, it was a combination. You had the, you know, the East Side, you had the Hoovers there, you know, and the Swans really wasn't a factor at that point.
When did they become a factor?
They became a factor later on, like in the late 70s, early 80s, when, you know, pretty much they started that busing stuff, man, you know, and most of the Crips was going to other schools, you know, going to Crenshaw and you know, other schools, and that's their neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So they took over their schools. That's the Fremont is in their neighborhood.
Right, but that used to be ground zero for the birth of the Crips.
Yes, it was.
When did it switch hands?
Man, it switched hands in the 80s. Yeah, it switched hands in the 80s, man.
Have you ever heard of a set called 7-8 East Coast?
7-8 East Coast, yeah, they was across the street, over by the car wash. That was Devil in there.
Give us a roll call of those guys.
The Devil and Stinker Blue. Who else was that? Jeffrey. I can't remember too many more names though.
What was their cross street?
The cross streets was San Pedro, and you had Maine. Yeah, the car wash right there on the corner across the street from Fremont. That was their block.
What happened to them?
Man, they died off. Yeah,
They didn't join the six pack.
No, well, some of them was, you know, became 6'9", but the other few, like Devil and Stinker Blue, they was brothers. They both dead. You know, because Devil came from 7-4. Devil was originally 7-4 Hoover. He was like the I would say founding member of 78, because they were living on 78 at that time.
Are there any other lost East Coast sets that we don't know about that went defunct?
Nah, I can't think of any others.
You ever heard of a set called Eastside 74th Street?
Yeah, that was Batman and some other cats over there off of Central, and she boy, what's his name? I can't remember his name, man.
Did you know Bulldog?
Bulldog. Man, what's his boy name? Yeah, the names, man, kind of get by me, but he was one of the original Eastside Crips. Used to be with Raymond and them sometime. I can't remember his name right now though.
Number one, Eki?
Nah, neither one that went to Buster. Yeah, OG Buster.
Oh, Buster wasn't a Castle Crip?
I thought he was Eastside. He was an Eastside. Yeah.
You knew the guy Cherry Simmons?
Yeah.
Did he run with you guys?
Nah, he didn't run with us. But him and a few of the homies used to, do that water stuff together. You know what I'm saying? And that's Sherm. He used to, sell that stuff around. Terry was pretty cool, man. He was a pretty cool cat. I met him, back in the day.
Tell me, how come Main Street didn't become part of the East Coast movement?
Well, I can't really answer that question, but I know that them and the Cubans have been having a problem for a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the issues.
So that was pre East Coast.
Yeah, they've been having issues for a long time.
When did these 9/8 Main Streets come out?
9/8 Main Streets, I can't tell you that, but like I was saying, prior to me becoming Six Deuce neighborhood, man, I used to run with some Hispanic guys, ochentas. That's right over there in Main Street neighborhood. And there was a house right off 98th and Main where some of the SA stayed. I used to hang out at. And Lil Maine and some of them other cats from Main Street used to run. Lil Maine used to claim the ochentas too at one time. And so I used to be over there off 90th and Main on 98th, because one family stayed here and the other family stayed. They were all family, but the two houses we used to frequent was on 90th and one on 98th. And 98 Main Street can't be that old. You know what I mean? So they fairly new, just to me.
Did you guys approach every set on the east side, or you picked and choose?
Well, we did pick and choose per se, but we was trying to claim the whole east side. Just set the whole east side on the new thing. Coasters.
Did you guys approach the Broadways?
No,
back then.
See, we was beefing with them.
Back then.
Back then, yeah, we didn't get along.
Let me ask you something. You said Six Deuce neighborhood. So you guys was neighborhoods before y'all turned East Coast?
Yeah.
And what was you gonna say about the Fire Tray Avalons?
Yeah, the Fire Trays. We were real tight for a long time, because, like you said, we had some of them lived in our community. Like Big Squirrel, and a lot of them used to hang down there, Sleepy and Doc Rock, and all them cats. They used to be in our neighborhood all the time. You know what I'm saying?
What about the Four Trays?
Four Trays. The Four Trays, matter of fact, you brought something back to me, because at one point there was Four Tray East Coasters. You brought something back to me.
What year was that?
That was there. They formed up with us in the 80s. Yeah, and there was a side of them that was claiming East Coast.
And what happened?
Well, I guess the majority of ruled over there. Y'all can't be East Coast. We East Side. We original East Side. So, So yeah.
Were you ever in 4800?
Yeah, man. Yeah, 4800 was roll call. Yeah, I was there in the riot when we rode on the police. Got locked down for almost a year, 2 years. They had us going to court shackled, and Gray great jumpsuits. Every time we came out the module, we was shackled up. Yeah.
Tell us about Rolling Coaster.
Roller coaster. Well, roller coaster came out. Man, I think it began in the pen. You know, uh, you know, the '60s was pretty cool, and you know, we were trying to be dominant. You know, and so both sides got together, and you know, we came to understanding. You know, we really never had beef. You know, but you know, it's isolated incidents that happened. You know what I'm saying? So we wasn't at no war, not like them in Detroit, the gangsters. You know, we never had no situation like that with them. You know.
What was the reason for that alliance, though? Was there a common enemy or what?
Basically, I can't say there was a common enemy. Just you know, just the formation when you know jailhouse, you know, unity.
It had nothing to do with the Hoovers.
Well, you know what, man? I don't see them as a common enemy, but at one point we were beefing real tough. So that could have been one of the reasons why we came together so quickly in the pen.
What year did that beef start? East Coast and Hoovers.
Oh man, that was like 80. About 84, about 84, 85, somewhere like that.
What was the reason for that beef? What kicked it off?
I was locked up, so I really don't have the answer to that one.
So when you went to Fremont High School, what was your relationships with the Hoover Crips?
We was tight. We used to go out. Listen, we used to get together, man, 15, 20 of us, and walk over there on 74 and be over there drinking and having a good time, man. You know what I'm saying? Walk on 83rd, you know, and 74 apartments over on 74th and Hoover. You know, we used to go over there and have a good time. We used to hang out right there at the one way on 73rd and Fig. You know what I'm saying? You know, and have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
When you were doing this hanging out, were you from Six Deuce Neighborhood Crip, or was you from Six Deuce East Coast?
Six Deuce East Coast.
Yeah. So the East Coast and Hoovers once upon a time hung out.
We was good. Yeah, we was good together.
A lot of those guys had good friendships with Raymond, didn't they?
Yeah.
190. How did 190 become East Coast?
Man, we had a cat. One of the cats that I think was detrimental in them even being in existence. His name is Bull. You know, crazy Bull. Some boy, man. But we had some family. We had some homies that lived that had moved out there, and these cats, you know, they were pretty cool. So we started going out there and just, you know, associating with them, and you know, and everything was working out. And they, you know, I was shocked that they had Crips in this beautiful area.
Carson.
They had gang members in Carson. You know what I'm saying? Because Carson was the suburbs to us. You know what I'm saying? But hey, they was there, and hey, man, we embraced them. You know, they wanted to be down, so hey, we opened the door.
So you give that credit to Bull.
Bull.
Is that Pitbull?
No, he just built Bull.
It's Bull.
Yeah.
You know someone named Big Kelsey Thomas?
Big Kelsey, yeah.
What you know about him?
Big Kelsey. He was Big Kelsey, man. He been gone for a long time. He been locked up a long time.
Where do you put him at on the streets?
Big Kelsey. You know what? I'm not real familiar with him personally. You know, I've heard of him, but he's been locked up. You know, like I say, we missed each other in them prisons. But yeah, he you know, his name brings a lot of bells in the East Coast circles.
What block did you grow up on again?
I grew up on, well, I lived on a couple of blocks, man. 64th, I lived on 59th Place, you know. Then I lived on 59th Place in Hooper.
Were the Florences out there back then?
Yeah, I used to fight with them all the time, man. Back in Edison.
Back in the 70s, you fought Florence.
I used to fight with them.
On some black and Mexican shit, or some gang shit?
Well, you know, just on some black and Mexican shit, because you know they felt like they, that was their neighborhood, and they could do what they want to do. We had differences, man, just on the black and Mexican tip. Like, I speak a little Spanish, and some of them didn't like that. That that I can speak their language, so they, you know, I was never one to shy from a fight. You know what I'm saying? So, you said something disrespectful, and we was gonna meet up. So we meet up after school on Palmer Lee, and we did our thing.
So there was always tension.
It was always tension. It was just, it got worse as time progressed, but it was always tension because, first of all, like I said, they felt like, like they feel today, like they own this place.